I used to think humiliation came in small doses, little moments you brush off and pretend don't matter. But the truth is, it piles up quietly until one day it breaks something inside you. My story started on a hot Tuesday morning in a city most people only know from glossy real estate ads. Glass buildings, palm trees, money everywhere, and me standing on a cracked sidewalk with a crate of bananas trying not to look invisible. People walked past like I was part of the pavement, like I didn't exist, and honestly, after a while you start believing that version of yourself. Yeah, that was my life back then. The girl everyone called the poor banana seller, the one they laughed at when they thought I couldn't hear. That morning, a man in a tailored suit stopped in front of my stand. He didn't smile. He didn't even look at the fruit at first. He looked at me head to toe and said, "You should move. You're blocking the sidewalk. No good morning, no excuse me. Just that." I apologized because that's what you do when the world reminds you of your place. As he walked away, I heard him mutter something about people like me ruining the neighborhood. People like me. I stood there smiling at customers who never came, swallowing the shame, telling myself it was just another day. What he didn't know was that I wasn't always this woman on the sidewalk. I had dreams once. Big ones. I wanted to study healthcare where scrubs help people feel useful, but dreams don't pay rent. And when my father died and my mother got sick, life made the decisions for me. I dropped out, started selling fruit, and promised myself I'd survive, even if surviving looked small to everyone else. That afternoon, the real trouble showed up wearing expensive shoes and a cruel smile. My landlord, Mr. Calder, stormed toward my stand like he owned the air around us. He didn't lower his voice. He never did. He shouted about unpaid rent, about patience running out, about how tired he was of excuses. I tried to explain that sales had been slow, that I just needed a few more days, but he wasn't listening. He kicked my table hard enough to flip it. Bananas rolled into the street, crushed under passing tires. People stared. Someone laughed. My face burned. Mr. Calder leaned close and whispered that if I wasn't gone by nightfall, he'd throw my things out himself. Then he walked away like he'd just stepped over trash. I remember kneeling on the ground, picking up bruised fruit, thinking this might be it. No money, no home, no options. That's the moment people love to talk about later, the lowest point, but when you're inside it, it's not dramatic. It's quiet, heavy. You feel small, like the world decided your value a long time ago and forgot to tell you. I packed what I could carry and walked, not knowing where I was going, just knowing I couldn't stay. That's how I ended up in Westbrook Hills, a place I'd only seen online. Wide streets, white walls, gates taller than my future. I sat near a corner with the last of my fruit, not even calling out anymore. I was tired of asking. That's when a black SUV slowed down and stopped. The window rolled down and a man about my age leaned out. He had calm eyes, the kind that actually look at you. He asked how much for the bananas. I said the price. He handed me double. I tried to give it back. I really did. He smiled like he wasn't used to that and told me to keep it. Said I looked like I'd had a rough day. I almost cried right there. He drove off and I thought that was it, just a small kindness to remember when things got worse. An hour later he came back. He parked, stepped out, and walked toward me like he belonged everywhere he stood. He said his name was Andrew. He asked if I was looking for work. I laughed, not because it was funny, but because life has a strange sense of timing. He told me he needed help around his house. Steady pay, a room included. No games, no conditions, just honesty and hard work. My heart was pounding so loud I thought he could hear it. I said yes before fear could catch up. That night I slept in a real bed for the first time in months, staring at the ceiling, wondering if this was another illusion that would disappear by morning. It wasn't. I worked harder than I ever had, cleaning, cooking, proving with every action that his trust wasn't a mistake. Andrew noticed. His friend Marcus noticed too. The only one who didn't was Lydia. Lydia was Andrew's girlfriend. Beautiful, polished, and cold in a way that cuts deeper than anger. From day one, she made sure I understood exactly where she thought I belonged. She corrected how I cleaned things that were already spotless, dropped comments about girls from the street, smiled while twisting the knife. I stayed quiet. I'd survived worse. Or so I thought. The tension built slowly like a storm you smell before you see. One evening, I cooked dinner something special, wanting to say thank you in the only language I knew. When Andrew tasted it, his face changed. The food was ruined, drowned in salt. I was shocked. I hadn't made that mistake. I knew I hadn't. Lydia laughed, said, "This is what happens when you trust amateurs." I wanted the floor to swallow me. Later, Marcus found me crying near the back steps. He told me he'd seen Lydia in the kitchen while I was gone, messing with the pot. I didn't want to believe it. Who does something like that? But deep down, I already knew. Things escalated fast after that. Andrew started noticing things too. The looks, the comments, the way Lydia watched me like I was a threat. And then one morning she screamed that her diamond bracelet was missing. Her eyes locked on me immediately. She accused me without hesitation. My chest tightened. Stealing was the one thing I could never forgive myself for. It went against everything I was. They searched my room, found it in my bag. Just like that, I was guilty. Andrew looked torn. Marcus defended me. Lydia demanded the police. I stood there shaking, feeling every old label stick to my skin again. Poor, desperate, criminal. This was how the story ended right. Except it didn't. Andrew asked everyone to wait. He went to his office. When he came back, he didn't yell. He didn't argue. He played a video. Security footage. Lydia slipping into my room. Lydia planting the bracelet. The room went silent. Her face drained of color. She tried to deny it, then cry, then blame me, then blame love. Andrew told her to leave. No drama. No second chances. After she was gone, I started packing. I assumed my time was up too. Andrew stopped me. He apologized. Said he should have trusted his instincts. Said he admired my honesty from the very beginning. Then he said something that changed everything. He said he saw me. Not the poor girl on the sidewalk. Me. What happened after that wasn't a fairy tale. It was slow, awkward, real. We talked, we healed. I went back to school. I stopped selling bananas and started studying for the future I once thought was impossible. People still judge. Some say I got lucky. Some say I didn't deserve it. Maybe they're right. Maybe they're wrong. But here's what I know. Being underestimated almost destroyed me, and it also taught me who I am when everything is stripped away. So I want to ask you something. If you were Andrew, would you have trusted the evidence or the person? If you were me, would you have stayed silent or fought back? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Tell me where you stand, because stories like this aren't just about love or money. They're about how quickly we decide who's worth believing.